Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome to a new stream. And I apologize, it's a black screen, but it's kind of a tradition here. That's because the game wouldn't want to pop up earlier, so you guys should see it soon. But this is the game that actually came out today, and I think it's right up my alley, considering the type of games that we do play around here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chicken Police, painted red. This is I think it's a noir detective game where you play as anthropomorphic animals. So yeah. I think it's right up our alley, huh? And I love the music already. I always loved like the detective noir scene, the music, the jazz around it. Hell yeah. So, let me just take a quick look at the options here. Make sure they're all set up. Well, the resolution, that's definitely not correct, but I'll save it as is. And, yeah, everything else is fine. Film grain I may remove later on. I just have no idea if it's going to be something of a hindrance as we keep playing. But we'll see how it is for a time being. Definitely got the subtitles going on. And I'm using my mouse and keyboard. I think that'll be appropriate for this game. You could use your gamepad if you feel like it. But I want to say we're good to go, so let's go ahead and check out. Ooh. She has a sultry voice. How you doing? That's enough about me being a perv. Let's just go ahead and start a new game. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. Raymond Chandler, The Big Sleep.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Yeah, I'm already loving this. Sonny Featherland, by the way.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
And of course, something big's gonna happen right before retirement. Yeah, what possibly could go wrong? Clawville City, Rourke District? Former Atlas Hotel, I believe. Is that a cow?
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte. I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
All right, keep it in your pants, Sonny. Okay. So, wait, you better not be drunk. You were just driving a little bit ago. So, all right. Hey, look at this. Oh. So just like pretty much any other, like, investigative game, we can look around, talk. Oh, there's so much here. What's up here, though? Various people that we're going to meet. Looks like there's a good chunk. Various places we can go to. So right now we're in Hotel Atlas, where apparently that's where our office is at. This used to be a nice place. Now we're competing who gets swallowed by decay first. The hotel's winning, but honestly it's not that far behind. I can't do that voice, but it's okay. Codex. Also, giving you lore, basically, regarding the game itself, like the Chicken Police. It's a famous detective duo, Santino, Sonny Featherland, and Marty MacChicken. Alright. I'm sure they couldn't call it McChicken because McDonald's will be on their asses so quick. But they gained fame through a case the press called the Bloody New Year's Eve. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There's a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They had published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of public interest, as did the Chicken Police itself. She has a human body, but a cow head. Doesn't look quite right to me. Well, that's the whole game. That's the whole game, Poe Girl. Like, they're anthropomorphic animals. So if you see, like, a game, or, excuse me, a show like BoJack Horseman, it's kind of like that. Somewhat. City of Clawville. Clawville's been an independent city-state for more than 900 years. During the city's foundation, 4 nations had joined forces. And no, we're not talking about the Fire Nation or anything like that. Represented by the 4 animal figures and the 4 hands of the crest of Clawville. In reality, the tribal alliance of the reptiles and the great insect clans had also played an essential part in the city's founding, but they never got to be represented on the crest. This gave birth to a political and cultural antagonism between the species. Clawville preserved its political autonomy, and a dream that its only state in the wilderness where predator and prey of any race can live in peace, hence the name the City of 1,000 Colors. Kind of sounds a little bit like Zootopia a little bit. And who knows, maybe this is the same exact world as Bug Fables. We also got some stats here. We got some questioning points. There's 80 of them. 32 scenes, 35 achievements. There's a total of 27 codex entries. 97 personal information. Okay. 58 gallery entries. And we're a greenhorn. The hell did you just call me? Alright. Cool. Let's take a look around.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
That's sad.
Maybe in another lifetime, old bird. Maybe in...
Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look at the other 2 stuff here. Never mind, it won't let me. It's grayed out.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
That sounds like the life right there, Sonny.
My bedroom. Sort of. Nothing interesting in there. But if there is, it'll remain hidden for all eternity. Nothing interesting.
All right. Okay, Max Payne. All right, well, there we go. Has some light in here. That's pretty nice. What are these pictures of? The Wild Gentleman. Oh, are these the 4 figureheads of Clawville?
The Wild Gentleman. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground. If only I were half as gutsy as these guys. Maybe in another life, in another story. If only I were... We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. God damn, what an embarrassing headline.
What is that, like celebrity cops from the dump? I mean, damn, what the hell? Okay. I know eventually we'll find out what happened between Marty and Sonny. I'm curious. I think it's going to be a big plot thing in this game.
God damn. This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Is that a parrot? Okay. Well, I know I shouldn't, like, oh, how's that going to work between a rooster or a chicken and a parrot? But hey, it's okay. It's just our heads are animals.
Molly, where do you live now? And with whom? Molly.
Damn. I wonder whose fault it is. Someone tells me he got so attached to his work that she left him because of it.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes. It seems like a different life. Oh, my God. I'm becoming a sappy little chick. It seems like...
I want to know, like, what this is. I mean, I do see him, and I'm guessing Molly, but those all can't be their kids. Huh, whatever. M.B. Davis, huh?
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
That sounds like an awesome night. Holy crap, dude. Well, it's kind of bad you lost your badge and your gun. Although, now I'm starting to think about why did you lose your pants? I mean, jazz is great and all, but the hell did you do, Sonny?
He was a genius. Some say he's now a recluse, living on the outskirts of the city. But others say he's in an insane asylum after he chewed his own leg off.
Well, holy crap. All right.
He was a genius.
Let's hope he's all right. So that was like the good old times.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
There's a solution to that, Sonny. A hammer. Open it up real quick.
Just a bunch of useless crap in there.
Or apparently it's all useless crap, so I guess it doesn't even matter.
Just a bunch.
I'm gonna save her for last. Let's take a look at our desk. Hello.
My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
Oh. That was an inventory item. And it said new function, so I guess... Oh, excuse me. So sorry about that. So maybe try quitting? I don't know. Thanks, guys.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
You never know. I mean, you are a detective. Might as well be... have your trusted little friend there at all times, huh?
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case.
Well, that's highly illegal, but it does get a job done. I mean, if you just kind of quickly flash it, it's like, oh, shoot, oh, okay, yeah, you're a cop. So yeah, we'll you know, we'll just keep that to ourselves, huh? XYZ, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day. I can't even remember the last time I used this. Maybe I'm really gonna write that novel, if I make it to retirement alive, of course. Maybe I'm really...
You'll get to write that novel one day, man. You will. Beautiful lady with an animal head reminds me of Paradise Killer. Oh, holy crap, you're kind of right. I guess that's my thing now. Those are the types of games I'll be playing.
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays. At least in this price range.
How much are you paying for whiskey, man? I mean, you don't want to get the cheap stuff.
Murky brown swill. I should improve my standards.
Please do, man. Nobody deserves that type of cheap alcohol.
Murky brown. I don't even know what these papers are. I need a secretary. I need a...
Maybe in due time. Oh, can I actually call somebody? Oh, okay, I just have to try. No? Okay, well. It has to be a six number phone number. Or 6 slot, whatever. Alright, no answer. I'm trying to think if there's like any like parody numbers I can call right now, but I'm not sure if any of them that there are 6 numbers. 8, 5. What's that one song? It's like oh crap! You know what? Never mind. All I know is that if we need to make a phone call, we can do it here.
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. My wife took all the good ones. She knew they'd only gathered dust here, and she was right. My wife took...
I wonder what books he did have, or which ones were taken away.
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink. Maybe I'm just old. And while I'm clucking about nothing ever changing, everything changes. You've gone out of style, old bird. Accept it and move on. Of all that's furry, I should be doing something. But I just stare out the window like a feather-brained fool. Pull yourself together, Sonny. Of all that's...
Thank you, Poe Girl. That was a number I was thinking of, but that's too long. We can only put in 6 numbers, and that one's 7. We can't. It has to be exactly 6 as well. So I guess that's it. I wonder if there's a way that because usually in these like point-and-click games, there's a button or like a hotkey or whatever that kind of lets you know what is clickable and what isn't. But I'm not sure if we have something like that here. I want to say I clicked on everything that I could. Let's take a look at our inventory now.
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. I haven't dusted...
Oh, I was gonna say, like, do I have the gun on me now? Because, like, I saw a cursor, like a crosshair, but it's actually just my cursor.
Oh, man, I totally get you. Oh, man. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway.
Ah, so he's kind of been he's kind of been laid off, apparently.
Ironic, but...
All right. Oh, that's a Colt Python, Justin? All right. Good choice. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and talk to whoever this is. We can look, we can speak, ask, question. All right. Well, these are grayed out, so let's just take a look first.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Don't question it, man. Just be thankful. Who the cluck are you? Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes. Silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal.
Who the hell is he talking to? Never mind, never mind.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
All right. This is something already. What? How? Okay. I guess now we can like talk to her a little bit more. I don't think anything changed.
Murky.
I'm quickly checking. Nah, but we do have a couple new codex entries. Let me just take a look at that. So this is Deborah Ibanez, apparently. Ah, she's an Impala. Okay. Special features, pretty and fragile. Nothing too special. Alright then. She runs errands for her employer. A sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. Interesting. And the wild ones are apparently... so 3 gods. 3 gods are revered in most places across the wilderness. There's the great wild ones, who make up the holy trinity of creation, destruction, and silence. Haridi is the goddess of creation. Tapti, I'm not sure if you say it a P, is the lord of destruction. And Kavatiti, I don't know how to say that, is a genderless ghost of silence and nothingness, keeping a balance between creation and destruction and their never-ending conflict. Okay. Interesting.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please. That's why I'm here.
So, did he say that her mistress is receiving death threats? Okay. Let's see. Now we have some clues here. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. I'm not sure why "are written" is bolded and underlined, but okay. I guess that's a huge-ass clue. So we could speak again, but now questioning is opened up. What happens if I just talk again?
So, this is the part where the interrogation comes. Like in those detective movies.
Something like that, Deborah. Yes.
So...
Something like...
Okay. Just want to double check I wasn't missing anything there. So, questioning might be something very interesting here. I think it's gonna remind me of L.A. Noire, if you guys ever played that game. Oh, it's possible I could fail some of these and maybe miss out on some clues. So, I'm gonna try my best. That's all I can really say about that. So focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Subject is John Doe. Focus, as this fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus, suspicion, impressions, suspicious, detective meter. Okay. What the hell is this? This is great. I like this. So because you want to focus on being suspicious, he's suspicious. I'm suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Okay. Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression adds a new question line. Okay. The diagrams are pretty cool. I like this. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Plus 100.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I could make a bad joke about that. Oh, and it actually just tells you once again about the focus. So, she seems shy. Okay.
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay, we did good there. Got a new clue, apparently. And she's doubtful. Can I get out of this? Or no, so if I'm in the questioning mode, I'm stuck here. Let's see. So her being shy and doubtful. We got, you're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right? Tell me which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe? I mean, I feel like I'm going to be a dick if I say you're not very confident. I don't know if I want to call her out on that right away. I don't know. I'm going to go and use the second one for right now.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Oh, what? That worked? I thought that didn't work. Okay. Yeah, see, like that one, that's too rough. I don't want to do that. Why do you have to visit me at this particular evening?
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Okay, now she's a little frightened. Do you even know what you want? I'm tempted on that first one. I feel like she's not even going to answer that she's born and raised in Clawville. But I am kind of curious about the third one.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Princess Caroline, is that you? Okay. My thing is, like, how do I know, like, I'm gonna pick a bad answer? Because some of them kind of... It seems like they all could align nicely together. And granted, this is our very first questioning, so maybe we're not really meant to lose it, per se. But, alright. Let's see, how'd you get to this address? I'm sure it's not intentional. Are you toying with me? What do you want with me? What exactly do you expect by coming here to meet with me?
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Okay. No, we're not going to pick that one. Are you in some sort of jam?
Are you in some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
You're kind of messing with me here, Deborah. Like, just say what it is. What the hell? Have you ever felt truly vulnerable? I don't know if she's going to answer something like that. Don't you think this whole thing's a little suspicious? Kinda, yeah.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Okay. Yeah, why should I believe you?
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
Alright then. Ichigo, thank you so much for the raid. I definitely do appreciate it. I keep forgetting that I have that notification. It's kind of loud. I gotta fix that later. But welcome to the stream, Ichigo. And to all the raiders out there, welcome. We're playing Chicken Police. It's like a detective game, and I'm a sucker for those.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Okay, somehow I did it. I got an achievement for that, too. I want to know if there was actually a way I could have jacked up that questioning, but there we go. Living legend rank. So, final thoughts. Perfect job. Exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Beware of Clawville, Sonny, Featherland, and the Chicken Police are back in action. So the important clue is the employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster Ibn Wessler. Oh boy. And hello there, Ichigo. You're good, you're just tired and hungry? Aren't we all? So let's go ahead and take a look at all this new information. I'm sure we're going to need it. So, the mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez's employer, is a certain Miss Natasha Kadzenko. And, of course, she's a freaking cat. And then the employer, Natasha's current significant other is the infamous gangster Ivan Wessler. Ooh. Looks like a mouse a little bit. I can't really tell from here. Maybe you gotta be an active ass to make it go bad. Maybe, Jaden. Not sure yet. You're also frustrated because you lost 4 hours of gameplay. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, Ichigo. That's never fun. So what information do we have about her now? She runs errands. She's afraid and she's secretive. And she's just secretive and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she told me is true. I'm pretty sure about that. Her employer currently bolsters the ranks of Ivan Wessler, to put it mildly. This explains a cloud of fear surrounding Miss Ibanez. We have Natasha Katzenko, who is a cat. Felis Catus, I guess. Special feature, she has remarkably green eyes. She's definitely in trouble. So am I. So she's the employer of Miss Deborah Ibanez. Allegedly, she's receiving serious threats. Currently, the girlfriend of Ventora's gangster Ivan Wessler. This explains a lot of things, mainly the excessive secrecy. Hobart Ivan Wessler. So he is a rat. Ratus. Special features, good-looking, charismatic, and a clucking gangster. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville. Real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. That's only the half of what I've heard about him. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. Okay. Do I have any other clues? I guess not. Alright, there we go. Kind of cool that all our questioning is well, wait a minute, damn, there's only 80 questioning points in the game. We already did 10 right here. Now it makes me wonder how quick this game may go. We'll see. And once again, I don't know about you guys, but like when you play games like this, I tend to like always want to double check to make sure nothing new has opened up in the same area. I mean, I'm pretty sure nothing has.
Murky.
Yeah.
Of all that.
Okay, just want to be sure. Welcome back, Justin.
Legs that. Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Well, before we do that, 555-111.
Clawville PD, how can I help you?
Nothing. Forget it.
All right. Oh, man. I had something in my mind. I totally forgot the hell I was going to say. Okay, let's just take a look at the hell she gave us. What the hell? Oh, Molly. I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. And so Natasha knows my ex-wife?
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Oh boy!
I
was hoping to take a closer look at this. Club Czar, the most colorful club of the most colorful city. My city is on fire. Brand new hit from the Queen of the Night? Oh, guys, look, there's a number actually in the bottom of it. 555-312, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to give that a call. Clawville, Upper Downtown, South Lamone Street, 177. So, like, we got, like, what is that, like a parakeet? Is that a gopher, a rhino, and a cheetah? Okay, then.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Is our good friend the rabbit? Okay. Let's take a look at all this information we got now. So I'll find Natasha at the Tsar Club. Natasha must know my wife Molly somewhere. Or perhaps she has a very good informant. I must find out what the connection is. Let's see. Did any of these get updated? Well, she owns the Tsar Club, basically. Oh, Lewis. Lewis C. Hayworth. He is a rabbit. He's an old friend of mine. He's stuttering heavily when he talks. Aw. He is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel, and as a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord. It's only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about detective stories, so he gladly helps me whenever I ask him. We also have his number right here that we're going to have to call in just a moment, 555-932. But there's also that Club Czar number I want to call as well. Club Czar, one of the most famous nightclubs in the city. Owners of the juiciest booties and hardest fists frequent of the place. And it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee deep in the dirt. Well then, I don't feel welcome. Okay. Can I talk to her again?
Thank you again, Mr. Sonny.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Damn it, I need nicotine.
Just a phone call, and a good friend of mine can take you home.
Thank you, Sonny.
Just a phone.
Thank you.
All right. And it tells us right there at the bottom what his number is, but I'm not interested in that just now. Let's call the Tsar Club really quick. Interesting. That is a number, right? Yeah. Oh well. Let's go ahead and call Lewis then. You know, I wouldn't mind having a rotary phone nowadays. I think a lot of people actually never seen one before in their lives, or just don't even know how to work one.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Alright, he's on his way then. Maybe the club isn't open yet? Possibly. Possibly, but it does seem pretty late at night over here, so I'd assume it was open.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
And there he is. Okay. Actually, you have an old-fashioned phone. You probably post in the server once you're done. It's sort of like a rotary, but different. It doesn't work, though.
Could I ask you a few more questions, Deborah?
Feel free, Sonny.
Okay, that was... yeah, sexual exchange there. I don't know, like, just the tone of their voice a little bit. Alright, so now we can just ask her straight up, like, just questions like Ace Attorney game or anything like that.
I've already told you more about myself than I wanted to.
Afraid you'll get your hands dirty?
I'm afraid I already did.
Do you think my whereabouts aren't a secret?
Do you think they ever were?
Well, I was hoping.
Clawville is a big city, but not so big that Santino Featherland can hide in it.
Oh, please. Flatter me more. So, Ibn Wessler, eh? You know you could have dropped the bomb a little earlier.
If I started with that, I'm sure you would have thrown me out.
You're right. He's one of the most dangerous gangsters in the city.
I only know he's an influential businessman.
Isn't that the same?
Not even you can see the world as that black and white.
Guess depends who the hell you're asking.
Sonny, I've already told you what I know. I've never read the message. My job was to give it to you and nothing more.
You really are this innocent, aren't you?
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Let me give you some advice, sister. Leave the city and get as far as you can from the likes of Ibn Wessler.
It's not so simple, Mr. Featherland. My mistress needs me.
Is she really that important to you? That you drive around in the dead of night to questionable places to deliver messages you know absolutely nothing about?
I would do more than that for her.
I see. You're smooth. Real smooth.
Thank you, Mr. Featherland.
Sonny, please. Just Sonny.
I'm not really sure if I can trust Deborah. She seems just too innocent, if that makes any type of sense. Big business did kill the mob in New York. That's a legit fact. Or isn't it like mobsters actually went legitimate because it's like it was just easier for them and it's like they didn't have to worry about anything bad happening? So, maybe I'm getting it wrong. I don't know.
So this Natasha dame.
Look, I'm just the messenger. You have to talk to my mistress about the details. Miss Katsenko was very clear on this matter.
I see. But
Please, Sonny, let's not make this even more uncomfortable.
okay, understood. Let's drop it.
Thank you.
Alright. I guess that's everything there. There's something about Deborah you don't trust. You don't know what exactly, though. I mean, yeah, and maybe that could just be a red herring. Maybe that's the whole point. It's like she seems too innocent that's like throws us off track, but I mean, we play these types of games long enough that we simply can't judge a book by its cover, and basically everyone and their mama is a damn suspect, so we're gonna hold off. What was the new thing that was added? I don't know. Oh. She lied to me in many little things. The whole blackmail story she told me about should be taken with a grain of salt. See, that's why I'm a little iffy about her, honestly. Okay.
The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve. I hope the old bunny had nothing important to do.
Nah, I'm sure he was just hopping around. That was bad. I don't even apologize.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Something tells me he really won't, but we're going to check out anyway. Unless there's anything else we can say here.
I hope the old... I can always count on you. Thanks, old buddy.
Don't even mention it, my friend.
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
You know, I gotta say, the voice acting for all the characters so far has been pretty damn superb.
I can always count on you.
Alright, just want to make sure there's nothing else going on.
Oh, just one more thing.
Yes, Sonny?
I don't want to sound indiscreet, but this fur removal craze. Do you do this yourself, or are there specific parlors for it?
Well, would you like to try it?
Well, it wouldn't work as well with my feathers. Just professional curiosity. You know, it's, yeah.
Occupational hazard? There are parlors, yes. But I do it for myself. And I do it for my mistress, too, if you're interested.
That's, good to know. Thank you very much.
You're one strange bird, Sonny Featherland.
Well, I've been called worse.
Like a mother clucker. Ha 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 ha. Although, I'm a little confused about this whole fur removal thing. Is that why they have human bodies? Just that... Maybe I should leave that one alone.
Take care, sweetheart.
You too, Sonny.
Oh, just like, she looks so breathy. Oh, you too, Sonny.
Why do I have...
Oh, crap, that was actually something new.
This dame is an iceberg. 10% prettiness and 90% mystery.
She says something about Bambi. Ugh.
This dame is an...
That's what happens when I skip it, thinking it was old information.
Take care.
You too.
There's nothing else there. And nothing else here?
I can always count...
Okay.
Murky.
I guess nothing new in terms of looking around. Alright. Good. Oh, now he's Columbo. Just one more thing. You know, I was about to say, the voice actor kind of reminds me of Columbo. That's a show I've yet to see. I mean, like, granted, I know it's a very old show, but I think it might be something I may enjoy. So here is the map function. So we have scene types. like the main scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Okay. Then you have limited scenes, and there's limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you're a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move on to the next main scene. Well, you guys know me, so there you go. Then we have closed scenes that cannot be reached for the time being. The state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Top tip, pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. So, So, that's the next main scene, is Clawville. And, well, frankly, that's all we got. It's just, that's the only scene we have right now. Actually, I wish I wasn't zooming. I want to take a better look at all the surrounding area. Damn it. Times River, Ratwell, Calavera Hills, Moore Pork District, the Fountains, Upper Downtown, Lower Downtown. Is that Market Town down there? Alright. I'm going to take a look at Clawville, and then I want to say after I'm done with this scene, I may just go ahead and call the stream. I know I haven't been going out long at all, but this is just going to be a chill late night stream anyway, so let's see what Marty has to say for us. Has to tell us, because they said that there was an infamous brawl that apparently stopped them being partners, so it makes me wonder what the hell happened.